I'm Haley and this is Taya, and welcome to Haley and Taya Rip Up Supernatural and Start Over, and also sometimes talk about other stuff, a podcast.
Also known as HATRUSA, and this week we are talking about Season 4, Episode 1, Lazarus Rising.
We did it.
I know, we finally did it. It originally aired on September 18th, 2008. It was written by Eric Kripke and directed by Kim Manners. Eric Kripke, we all know Eric Kripke. He loves to write finales and first episodes. He really does.
Yeah.
I think that's what he did last season. It is Magnificent Seven and No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah.
And in season 5, Sympathy for the Devil, which I think is the first one, and then Swans. Like, most of the ones he wrote are either first or last, except for season 1, because it was season 1.
Yeah, he's
Kim
like,
Manners,
silly like that.
Kim Manners has had an up and down sort of situation where, like, he did Dead in the Water, but he also did Bugs. So.
Oh.
But this is his last season. He's doing Lazarus Rising and Metamorphosis.
Rest in peace.
And then he's out.
Rest in peace. Well, this episode was fun. That's my summary. Just kidding. Ha ha.
Great job.
I pranked all
Killed
of
it.
you. Every single one of you. I got you. Just kidding. Okay, hey guys. Content warning for this episode is there are flashing lights in the beginning and also a couple parts inside. And I also included self-inflicted knife cut. Not self-harm, but you know, the thing they do when they need to get blood. That. And also, I'm gonna add in eye trauma. Yeah. So, content warning for those 3 things. Thanks. So, my summary.
Mm-hmm.
We open with Dean screaming. He's being tortured in hell. But then he's in the dark and he's panting and he finds a little lighter and he has come back from the dead. He is in a coffin. He crawls from his grave like a classic zombie, and he's confused.
So classic.
And finds he like wanders and finds a seemingly abandoned gas station where he drinks water and loots some stuff like porn mag.
Great.
He appears unscathed from his hellhound attack, which he finds out by looking in a mirror. However, he has a handprint burn on his arm. Very suspicious. The radio starts.
It's like a big scar.
Yeah, it's like
if you haven't seen it before, it's like a scar.
Yeah, it's like a big old scar. Which you can tell is prosthetic.
You can see the edges of the prosthetic when they do like
a close-up.
Yeah.
It's really great. Like SFX YouTubers do makeup better, but whatever.
It's not the worst. It's just that you can see the very like it's not on the edge of like the actual scar itself. It's like a little bit further. It's
you know how the stuff goes on. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it right now, but
you know.
The radio starts ringing, buzzing, screaming, staticking. Okay. And then all the windows shatter, and Dean's like, "What the fuck?" And he gets out of there. And then he tries to call Sam on a payphone. Sam doesn't answer. So he calls
the
Bob.
number's disconnected.
Oh, it's disconnected. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
The number's disconnected. So then he calls Bobby, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Dean." And Bobby's like, "Dean who?" And Dean's like, "Fucking Dean, who do you think?" And then Bobby hangs up on him. So then he hotwires a car and drives to Bobby's house.
Which should not work. That car shouldn't work.
This car shouldn't work, and also, like, naturally, like, that's, like, his natural progression is, like, okay, Bobby hung up on me, better hotwire a car and drive to his house.
Yeah.
But he shows up, and Bobby tries to attack him because he thinks that he's not him, and he attack, but then he like proves that it's him, and so they hug and they talk a little bit, and Bobby's like, you've been gone for 4 months, and he's like, that's crazy. What did Sam do? Is Sam alive? And Bobby's like, yeah, Sam's alive, but I haven't heard from him. So then Dean tracks Sam's phone. He's in Illinois, which is where he was buried. So then they go to find him. So, because Dean is like, okay, obviously Sam did this. Sam obviously did something to bring me back to life. And Bobby's like, probably. So they get there, they get back to Sam, and they knock on the door, and a lady opens the door, and she's like, takes so long for you to get pizza, and they're like, no, we're not the pizza people. And maybe we are led, we're the audience, you're supposed to, it's a one night stand. You're like, oh, this is a one night stand, maybe, because Sam gets her fucking name wrong. But maybe it's a one night stand. Sam attacks. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling right now. I have it written down. Sam attacks Dean, and then Bobby's like, no, Sam, it's him. And then they hug. Sam gives Dean his amulet back, and Dean is like, bro, did you do this? And Sam's like, nah, but I tried. And Dean asks about Ruby, and Sam's like, I don't know where he is. He also asks him about his psychic powers, and Sam's like, no, I haven't been using those. Silly.
You didn't want me to.
You didn't want me to. It was like your dying wish. Then they go with Bobby to a friend's house. The friend is Pamela. She's a psychic. They do. It's not an exorcism.
It's like a summoning.
Ritual. Yeah. Exorcism isn't even the
it's
fucking word I want.
It's not exactly a seance.
That's the word I wanted.
It is? Oh, I wasn't sure if she called it a seance, but it was like candles and
right. It was very similar.
And...
It was some sort of ritual. I don't know why I wrote exorcism. Seance is the word I meant to write, so that's funny. But they do that, and her eyes get gone. But Castiel's name's dropped.
What she means is they burn out of her head.
Yeah, they get gone.
Or they get gone. Yeah.
So then Sam, they bring her to a hospital, which is gonna. I don't know how they explain that to them, but Sam and Dean go to a diner because they think demons are there, and they need to ask about demons because Dean is very convinced that demons brought him back, and the whole diner's full of demons, and they threaten Dean but don't do anything to him, which proves to Dean and Sam that like they're scared of something. Back at the hotel that night, Sam goes out in the middle of the night, and Dean gets glassed. The radio starts screaming again, and stuff happens. And then Dean and Bobby go to do a ritual and contact whoever's trying to contact Dean. Meanwhile, Sam is with the hookup girl, who is actually Ruby. Big fucking surprise. It's Ruby. Big fucking surprise. Sarcastic because we've seen this and knew it was Ruby, but like I'm sure somebody was surprised. I'm sure I was surprised the first time I watched it.
Yeah. Probably.
But oh, yeah, you find out that she's Ruby, and also that like Sam's been working with her, and Sam's afraid to tell Dean. Then back
I don't know if you mentioned this, but we actually saw him like burn out a demon.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't mention that. Yeah, Sam burns out a demon and is, like, hoping that, the vessel's still alive, but it's not. Then, back at the barn, Dean and Bobby summon Castiel, and Castiel tells Dean that he's the reason he's back, and also that he's an angel of the Lord, and God has work for them to do. And that's the episode.
That's the episode, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, we now have a new bit for you all. Taya, would you like to introduce the new bit?
Well, okay, we should clarify. We have a bit for all of the episodes that Castiel is in, because he's not a main character yet.
Aw, man, that's right. Damn.
So, it will be a bit for the episodes that Cass is in, which may not be all of them.
This is so lame.
I'm sorry. This is the, what are we calling it? The
Castiel quote of the day.
Or the week or whatever.
Or the week.
Castiel quote time.
Castiel quote of the pod.
Sure.
The pepisode.
We're starting out strong. Very strong with his very first line. I'm the one who gripped you tight and raised you from perdition.
I think you should do a Castiel impression.
I don't think I should.
I think you should. For the people. The people want it.
I don't even know how to.
Just drop a couple octaves.
No, I think I'm good. But yeah, it's a great first line, especially for a minor character.
He says it's
supposed to be in more than a few episodes.
He says it with his sad little eyes and his sad little face.
Like, unfortunately, I do think Destiel is... I know it's not technically queerbait in the end, but I do think it was queerbait for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that line slaps.
Yeah, and also my favorite is Dean's reaction to it, because he just goes, yeah, thanks for that, and then stabs him. Oh, I forgot to mention that.
It's fine. I was going to talk about it later.
Okay, cool. Cool, yeah. So, going into our death count, I didn't keep track of it, and it's also not on the Wikipedia page, so I'm gonna say...
Yeah, usually it is.
I'm gonna say it's 2. Because...
Yeah, it's hard, because, like, it's the demons... we run into this issue of, like...
We know that one vessel is dead, so I'm gonna say... So, actually... No, and then there's that other, like... There's at least one other body who's already dead when Sam gets there. So I'm gonna say 2.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So 2 deaths this episode, not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Which actually, if you add the fact that Dean was resurrected, negates to 1. So
that's how this works now?
That's how this works, yeah. It cancels out, like in math.
Perfect.
Because a negative plus a positive is a positive. Or whatever.
Or I wouldn't say it's a positive. If you have a -1 and you add 1, that's just 0, Haley.
It's positive. Okay. So, my notes.
Your notes.
My first notes of season 4. Very exciting. My first one is AC/DC is playing awesome. That's my first note. Very exciting. My second one is something that I was mentioned during the episode, after I took it as a note by Taya, which is, hey, I forgot about Lilith already. So...
I feel bad. Lilith is such a, like, not character in my brain. In the show, she's probably a little bit more of a character, but I said this in the episode, and Lilith kind of stinks because she's supposed to be this all-powerful demon.
I literally don't remember anything she does.
All I know about her, moving forward, is that she dies, so as the last seal to release Lucifer.
Yes.
And that effectively means that her character arc dies for a man. So that's not great.
When you're a fucking demon and you fridge yourself.
She's supposed to be like this all-powerful demon, and then she dies.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
That's not great.
Boring.
The show sucks. Anyway, my next note is Dean's hoarse voice realism. We love to hear it. I think that was awesome because, you know, he's been dead for 4 months. He hasn't had anything to drink for 4 months and also hasn't used his voice. So when he, like, tries to scream out for help, like, literally he, like, can barely talk. And I was like, so real. Probably. I mean, I've never met anybody who's been resurrected from the dead.
I was gonna say, have you met anyone who died and then
no, but I feel like that's realistic.
It probably is.
You ever woken up from a really good, really, really long nap, and you try to talk and like it just doesn't really work? I feel like, yeah, it's real. Then I have...
He took the longest nap.
Yeah, he did take the longest nap. Death. So, then I have, I have 2 positive notes in a row, because then I have, the bright lens flare, when he's walking in the hot, there's this really... No, it's when he first like, gets out of the grave. There's a really bright lens flare, despite the fact that, like, the sun is right there. And Taya commented on it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of fucking love it, actually. Because...
I don't mind the lens flare.
Yeah, but I think it works. Because it's like when you leave the vault in Fallout 3, and you see, like, you're, like, seeing the outside for the first time. He is literally crawling out of a pitch black cave? Nope. Grave. And seeing the world for the first time in 4 months, which, yeah, I think that the world would look like a lens flare to me, too. Anyway, that's my positive things for the episode.
Nice.
Then I have my 1, which is actually technically 2 notes, but it can be combined into 1. My 1... This note says, my 1, okay, shirtless Dean for Haley on this blessed afternoon.
Oh my god.
And then the next note is Dean is so beautiful. So technically that's 1 because it's stated in one fell swoop. My next note I definitely meant to write something here, but it just says who.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I
who?
don't remember why. I don't know what I was writing there, but who?
I was gonna say, I have no idea.
Who?
Who?
Then I have, why doesn't Ruby be like, Dean? It's because we're not... It's because we're not supposed to know it's Ruby yet, and I forgot. But also, like, at the same time, if, like, no. You know what? I rescind that. I think that Ruby should have been like, Dean? Because, like, be so fucking for real. If you were, like, it is Ruby.
Yes.
And Ruby also knows that Dean is dead. So,
Yes.
like...
She's a great actress. Never caught off guard.
She's a fucking great actress, never caught off guard. I'm just... I don't even...
Couldn't be you?
It couldn't be me. Like, it couldn't be me. It couldn't. It simply could not. And I think that... I just think she should have had a reaction there. Or not even, like, not even later when we find out that it is Ruby. Is she like, hey, what the fuck, your brother's alive?
That's fair.
She's just like...
I guess we just don't see a reaction from her, because we see her with Sam and she's just like, I just don't want to get between you two.
Yeah,
and
she's just
kind of
like,
all
hey,
we
have
get.
you told Dean? Like, I would have loved a reaction from her. I think that is a necessity. And I would have enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have no, not the gay assumption. I would like to move past that. Alas, it is something that's going to happen
I really don't like
times.
how often they make this joke. It wasn't funny before. It's not going to be funny.
It's never going
that
to
people
be
keep
funny,
thinking,
guys.
especially since like all that happened this time was they hugged. Like, I mean, I guess he got mad at Dean. And he was like, he tried to attack Dean, and then they hugged. And she's like, so are you guys gay? She said, are you together?
She was like, so are you, like, together?
Because part of it is, like, I really don't like that the writers keep thinking it's funny for people to assume Sam and Dean are gay and together. But I also, like, in this instance, it's just like, this is just two guys who expressed positive emotion and physical affection toward each other in a all they did was hug.
All they did was hug.
And I feel like that is, like, toxic masculinity. Like,
I agree.
The assumption that, oh, well, they hugged, so they must. Because even,
and
like,
also,
after...
it's super a product of, like, 2008.
2008?
To be like,
haha,
for sure. Are you gay?
Yeah, because even after... Because, like, it is Ruby, and she doesn't know. But it's so weird when you don't... Like, when you're like, oh, well, this is the first time meeting this character, you don't know if she's Ruby, and you watch someone go... So are you together? And it goes, oh, no, this is my brother. And then the answer is like, sure, I guess. I guess I get it. Like, that was so weird.
Leaves.
Like, what a weird reaction to someone being like, oh, no, this is my brother. To be like, okay. Like,
yeah, like, I don't know. That scene was fucking weird.
I didn't like it.
Let's rework that.
We don't really need that dialogue either. There's no reason for that dialogue.
No, but, like, there can still be a lady. Like, she can still be there, but I need her to react. I think that she should react there. Even if, you know what? Even if it was like, okay, here's this girl who knows Sam now, and maybe Sam has shown her a picture, and she's like...
I guess if the assumption is, like, it's a one-night stand, then, like, you wouldn't know that. You'd just be like, I should leave. But... I mean, that was what they were playing at. I guess she just was like, I'll just assume.
Yeah, but also,
role.
like, who are they fucking playing it for? Because we know that Sam hasn't had contact with Bobby. Like,
they're playing it for Dean because they don't want Dean to know.
But again, like, how did... I could go in circles. Anyway, my next note is... Oh, I have the note, help, it isn't Ruby? Or is it? Are they pretending?
Yeah,
because for
remember.
a minute, Taya and I were genuinely confused. We were like, oh my god, maybe it isn't Ruby. Maybe that is just a one-night stand.
Well, we couldn't tell if... At first we were like, wait, has she been possessed yet?
Right. We truly couldn't remember. Mm-hmm. Like, we were like, wait, maybe there was a vessel between this and we just don't know that? No, it was Ruby. We were just silly and
They were doing a bit.
they were
just
doing a
little bit
bit
of
and
thing.
we did fall for it for a minute. So, good job? Question mark?
Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking.
I couldn't until you said that. But
They're losing their mind about something.
It's fine. My next note is gladdened is a funny word, because Bobby said gladdened, and I thought it was a funny word. I don't even know if it is a word. I mean, I'm sure it is, but also it might not be, but I think it is.
You're really adding a lot to the conversation with this note.
Thank you. Then I have Bobby just called himself their old man, crying, because Bobby called himself their old man, and I liked that. It was kind of sweet. Yeah. Then I have the note, Sam loves country music, I guess, because when Dean fires up Baby for the first time since he got back, and turns on the radio, there's like sad country music playing. And Dean's like, really? And Sam's just like, well. So kind of love this idea that Sam loves sad country music. That's my new obsession. Then I have that Dean is so mean to Sam, bro, come on. Followed by Pamela is so gorgeous, heart. Then, this one I really like. I did make note of the oh, wait! You know what I forgot to do at the beginning of the episode, LOL?
What?
The content warnings.
Oh.
I'll say something about that at the end, and you can maybe edit it or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's fine. If you're listening to this right now and this part isn't edited out, I didn't forget it because we fixed it. Anyway, then I have this note. Dean just so while they're at Pamela's, Dean like Pamitha. Dean hits on her, and then she hits on him back, and then when they sit down at the not seance table, they need to hold hands or whatever, like touch to power, whatever. And Pamela,
like you do, you have to close the circle or something.
Yes, yeah, that. Pamela grabs Dean's dick. I think is the impression that we're given, because Dean's like, whoa, no, we're not touching there. So I have the note, Dean just got sexually harassed by this lady and did not react well. You figure that would teach him.
Yeah.
So that's a note for rewrite. Dean gets sexually harassed by an older woman and realizes, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. That's my belief. That's what I think should happen there.
It was so unnecessary is the thing.
It was so unnecessary.
It was so weird.
There is a really good bit, though. At least I thought it was funny, because Dean basically sees like a tramp stamp that she has.
Yeah, it says like Jesse's...
And it says Jesse forever. And Dean's like, who's Jesse? And she just laughs and is like, well, he wasn't forever. And then Dean's like, his loss. And then she says, could be your gain. And then Dean says something to Sam, and Sam says, she's gonna eat you alive. Yeah. And she says, you're invited too, and calls him something. And then he, like, smiles or laughs, and as soon as she turns her back, Dean turns to Sam, and it's like, you're not invited. God. And I just thought it was silly. I liked it. I thought it was funny. Anyway, that conversation went on for too long just now, but it's fine.
Yeah.
My next note is Demon Diner. Self-explanatory.
You just skipped her getting her eyes burnt out, huh?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. We must have been talking about something. Yeah, her eyes get burned out. I really thought I had a note about that. I guess not. That's so funny. Yeah, her eyes get burnt out, guys.
We did say that in the summary, at least.
Yeah, we said it in the summary. But I would like to talk about that now, even though I don't have it in my notes. They really, like, it happens, and Bobby immediately is like, call 911. Which is so, like, I want to know what the fuck, like, they're not just, like, You could be like, oh, we were doing a science experiment and like the acid got on her eyes. Like that could explain damage to her eyes. But there's like they're not there. There
They've been
are
basically
no
completely
eyes.
burned out of her head.
So I would love to be a fly on that wall in that hospital room to know what the fuck they said, or even like in the ambulance. Like, what was
they do tend to ask what happened as so they know what to treat.
right?
She has no fucking eyes.
She has no fucking eyes. What do you
and like
say?
it's a very serious injury. She should go to the hospital and not. These guys don't have. Here's the thing. We've talked about this before. There should be hunters with medical degrees. We don't really
Correct.
see that. If they had that, they could have gone there. And obviously, there's a lot of specialties for doctors. But if they even had an EMT, that's something.
Right.
But they don't have that. So it's like, I guess we have to go to the hospital.
Right. But like, it's what did they say? I want to know. Because then like Bobby calls them from the hospital, like from the emergency room, and it's like, oh, she's blind.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no, first of all, no shit. But second, like, I want to know so bad, you know? I just want to know. Then I have, why did he say he has perky nipples?
Oh, yeah.
The demon's like, why do you think they want you so bad, or something like that? Or why are you such a hot commodity? I don't know what she said.
It's on the wiki page.
Whatever she says. Dean's like, I don't know, because of my perky nipples. And I'm like, King, what? What? Like, out of all of the...
He's so not serious.
He's so not serious, but also, like... Since when is that, like, I don't know. I don't try to understand him. My next note is, Vaseline in a fire hose, please explain. I had been wishing that it would be somewhere on the Wikipedia, maybe under trivia, but it's not. So I don't know. I don't know what Vaseline in a fire hose has to do with fucking anything.
I guess I can just
Google it.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. I will continue. The incredibly fake added slap sound is noted next because Dean slaps the demon to like see if she'll do anything. She doesn't, and there's like a really bad slap sound effect. Then from the part where they're in the hotel room and the glass starts shattering, I have the note that asks, why the fuck was there glass on the ceiling? What?
Because weird hotel room. That's what I told you.
Weird hotel room is what Taya told me, and like, yeah, I know, but like, why is there like, was it a mirror?
For the dramatic effect.
Was there a mirror on the ceiling? Like, I'm so confused. Then I have, so demon eyes can be burnt out too. That's awesome, because the demon that Sam exorcises, from the vessel that, whatever, the eyes have been burnt out. So whether that's like the demon's eyes have been burnt out or just the vessel, I don't know.
I think it's the vessel, because like the vessel still had burnt out eyes.
Right, the vessel's still human.
I don't know what that does to the demon.
Right.
Like, if they leave the vessel, I don't know if that has any effect on them.
Right, I would love to know. But we won't, probably. So, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, then this note says, okay, it is Ruby. Apparently Sam's acting just got really good. Because I don't believe for a minute that Sam could pull that off prior to this season.
Fair.
Yeah. So, anyway, this one I have a really big problem with this. So
what?
When we got to the barn, it shows Dean and Bobby like drawing their shit on a like rubbery concrete floor. They're in a barn. Barn floors are typically like wood and hay. So why is this one made of that?
I can see concrete, honestly.
Okay. I can't.
Especially if there's machinery in barns, you probably want concrete. Farm machinery can be really heavy.
Yeah, I guess. But this one was empty, so explain.
So, someone had to make it.
Explain.
Someone had to build it at some point for
I have never seen a concrete floor in a barn. So. And in Stardew Valley, they're made of wood.
Okay.
So.
Well, they hadn't played Stardew Valley, so...
Oh my god, you're so right. That's so sad. That's so sad for them.
Do you think that Sam or Dean would play Stardew Valley? No.
Absolutely not. Man, that's so sad. They live a sad, sad life. 2008 was so sad before Stardew Valley. That's so sad for them. My next note is there he is! Which I think it would be really funny. I know you don't edit the reactions, but I think that right here you should put in our reactions to Castiel.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think that would be really funny. So
I don't even know. I don't even remember how I reacted.
I don't know, but I screamed or something. So if Taya, editing Taya, if you put that in, that would be right here. So yeah, honestly, why didn't they uninstall the light bulbs? They knew that. Oh my god, there he is!
I don't know. There he is. There he is. I know they're all young. He's so young.
He's literally so young.
Crazy
I'm
first
the one
line,
who gripped
right?
you tight and raised you from perdition.
Absolutely wild line.
I wanted to say something clever, but I can't. I can't think of something clever to say here. So anyway, I'm gonna move on now. My next note is Castiel's sad, sad eyes and curious head
Oh
tilt.
my god. He really does have like a sad face sometimes.
Listen, I thought that the sad eyes were just in the fucking like I love you scene, but no. He's really just had sad, sad eyes since the beginning. Why?
I don't know if that's a choice so much as just the shape of his face.
Misha Collins, why do you look sad all the time? Please respond.
What's up with your face, man?
What's up? Why do you look like that? Anyway, my last final note for this episode is this rocked. I had a very good time with this episode.
I'm just relieved I didn't hate it, to be honest.
So true.
Did I think it was like the greatest piece of television of all time?
No,
but like it was significantly better than a lot of the stuff we've watched.
Right. So
And I'll take it.
I pass the torch to you now, Taya.
Cool.
Say your shit.
Stop dotting for a second.
So true.
I spent the whole time crafting. So, I'm not going to talk too much about angels for this one because I feel like angels, they actually, I think, are, until they start introducing, like, the archangels, they're pretty consistent, and also we've only seen some things. So the things we learned in this episode are, like, the angel network exists, which is the loud noise and the shattering glass and everything, and the static. That's what that is. That's going to be the angel network. If you see their true form, you can't handle it. You can't handle it. And I do think in some extent that's in the Bible as well, but I don't feel like trying to find that. But it is common for bigger supernatural beings like gods and stuff, for example in Percy Jackson, if you see their true form, it can fuck you up real good. Like, humans are not meant to perceive. So that's, yes, we've seen this before in other forms of media. And then the only other thing I've got for angels so far is, like, they don't have anything that can kill them yet. They just don't have anything. And we'll have to figure out how to kill the angels later. But for a little while, at least, they are basically indestructible. And I will say that they actually have a callback to the Hookman.
Hookman and car door.
I don't know if that was right, but yes. They have on the walls one of the talisman they draw. Because that's why they were drawing everything on the barn. They were like, we can catch this guy. No, they can't. They need, like, don't they need, like, angel fire?
Bro.
Isn't that what they end up using all the time?
If you remember, I don't.
That's basically, I think, one of the only ways they catch angels. But they drew the talisman from Hookman. Because I think that's why there's so much everywhere. They were like, one of these has to work. We don't know what Castiel is, but one of them has to work. And none of them fucking did. So, incredible. The other thing is, I didn't know this, but I'm sure many people did. I'm not Christian. So, but the name Lazarus Rising comes from the Bible story. It's in the trivia section. It's
Mandor,
derived
Handhook,
from...
Cardor.
Yeah, let's interrupt that for a second for the meme.
I had to get it right.
Thank you. This episode's name This is terribly written. This episode's name is derived from...
Yeah, that's proper.
From stories of Lazarus of Bethany, who was restored to life 4 days after his death by Jesus. This is mirrored slightly different in this episode. No shit, it's mirrored slightly different. But yeah, no, so the miraculous story of Lazarus...
How many biblical characters can Dean Winchester be fucking compared to?
I know, right? So, the miraculous story of Lazarus being brought back to life by Jesus is known from the Gospel according to John, chapter 11, verses 1 through 45. Lazarus of Bethany was the brother of Martha and Mary and lived at Bethany near Jerusalem. The account notes that Jesus loved Lazarus and his sisters, and that when Lazarus died of illness, Jesus wept and was greatly disturbed. Although Lazarus had been
greatly
entombed...
disturbed?
I think that's in the Bible verse. I have it pulled up in another tab.
I assumed, and it's just really funny to me, personally.
Although Lazarus had been entombed for 4 days, Dean was 4 months. By the time Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was raised by Jesus from the dead and emerged from the tomb wearing his burial clothes.
Wait.
This miracle inspired many to believe in Jesus as the Christ.
Okay, so Jesus had the ability to fucking resurrect people?
Yes, but I think he only did it this time, and I think pretty soon after, if I'm looking at the Bible verses correctly, pretty soon after, I think they were like, we gotta get rid of this guy, you know?
Yeah.
The end of this story, and I don't know the Bible, so if we get yelled at, I'm sorry, okay? I'm
Jesus,
sorry.
when he had the ability to resurrect people this whole time.
But it looks like after he did this was like too far. And they were like, the Pharisees called a meeting. Here is this man, I'm skipping things. Here's this man performing many miraculous signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him. And then the Romans will come and take away both our places and our nations. And so
okay,
they
you know
were
what?
Like,
maybe the Bible makes sense now.
Maybe
I get why they killed Jesus.
So from that day on, they plotted to take his life. So it sounds like this was the one where... And I feel like Jesus wept is a phrase I've heard before, but this is where it came from. And it looks like it's John chapter 11, verse 35 or 36. The numbers are a little off. I think it's 35. It's, yeah, where have you laid him? He asked. Come and see, Lord. They replied, Jesus wept.
Jesus wept.
But yeah, so... I didn't know that was where that was from, but that is where it's from. Because I was like, I don't know what Lazarus is. Huh?
I'm going to start using that more frequently.
What?
Jesus wept.
For what?
I don't know. I'll figure something out. New catchphrase.
Okay, got it. Sure. That is logical for you to do.
Like if we go out to a restaurant and I'm like, hi, can I have the chicken thermidor? I don't know what... No, it's pasta. No.
Uh-huh.
Whatever the... Okay. I'll be like, hi, can I have the insert dish here? And they'll be like, sorry, we can't make that today. And I'll be like, Jesus wept.
I don't even know if that's how you'd use it, but yeah, sure, do it. So
and I'll say that to the waiter.
Waiters be like, okay. I'm actually gonna write down. So I don't remember who else Dean has been compared to in the Bible, but has been compared to Lazarus. Oh, one thing we have to remember to do this season is to keep track of people of color. Good news, there's none in this episode.
I was thinking about it.
I forgot. There's also no gay characters, if you're curious.
Yeah, just in case you were curious, there are
in case
no
you
gay
were
characters.
curious about our they
could have.
Wait. Castiel. I was wrong. There is one. His name's Castiel.
Oh my god.
I think we actually do have to, like, if we're being serious, we have to add him.
That. Yeah. He counts.
Even though it won't pay off for another 11 seasons.
Yeah, he does count. Like, they could have... You know who they could have made gay? Easily?
Who?
Jesse. Nope, sorry. No.
Pamela?
I meant, yeah, sorry. That was my brain thinking about Jesse. Because Jesse is a unisex name. You could have easily been, like, here's how that interaction could have been gay. Dean says his loss, and Pamela goes, hers, actually, and they move on.
Here, named LGBTs. Really good line we have there. Named Castiel, status, alive.
Awesome.
One and counting.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember if we backtracked this, but I do believe we did for the gay characters. And if you're curious, both Lily and Corbett are dead.
That's, who's... Oh, Corbett! Yeah, okay.
The one... Is he still your status?
I was about to say, he is still... he is still my Discord... How long ago was that episode?
That was a long time. It was Ghost Facers. So whenever we did Ghost Facers, it was a hot second because we took like a 4-month break.
Right, so in case you're curious, we are recording this right now on October 8th. Corbett's line, the line about Corbett, which is, I will read it again right now. If I can open my fucking profile. Gay love can pierce through the veil of death and save the day. Has been my Discord status since the day we watched Ghostfacer.
You were just so enamored by that line.
I just love that line. It's so funny. I actually
really
had
good.
one of my friends DM me and be like, obsessed with your status. And I was like, thanks, it's from Supernatural.
Unfortunate to tell you.
Unfortunate to tell you. Anyway,
so yeah, we haven't named LGBT. His name's Castiel.
Fuck me, that's amazing.
I wish that they had originally, like, obviously, they had no idea. We've mentioned this a few times, I think, in other places and in the reaction. Castiel was not meant to be a main character. This is pretty well known. Castiel was meant to be a minor character.
You say it's pretty well known, but literally I didn't know until you told me. So.
Okay. Maybe in, like, just, like, the fandom, it's been talked about how Castiel was not meant to be a major character. He was meant to only have a couple episodes and then not come back. But the reaction to him was so...
They loved Misha.
It was so good that he becomes a major character in the 5th season. So, and also it was 2008. They were never going to have Cass be gay from the beginning. For fuck's sake,
there's a gay joke in this episode.
And not a good one.
Not a good one!
But yeah, like, it's gonna be hard because I truly do not believe that until season 15, they knew that they were going to make Castiel actually in love with Dean.
Real.
I pretty firmly believe that they were just... And one of the reasons it's hard to tell is because true queerbaiting is that. It's like teasing that it could be a thing and then using that for marketing and never actually doing it. It's different than, like, just like...
Queerbaiting isn't being like, oh, this is a ship that could happen.
It's deliberate. And the hard thing about this is because at some point it does shift from queerbaiting to just it's a romance, but I don't think it's until the end. And I think that's why I might change my mind, but that's why I'm still pretty comfortable calling it queerbaiting, especially since Cass immediately dies. I don't think that they were going to go through with it until they were like, it's the last season, throw them a bone.
Whenever I think about Supernatural and queerbaiting, I think about that fucking scene where Castiel comes out of the shower and Dean adjusts his dick.
He washes his hands or something and comes out and he just kind of like does like I'm cleaned up now. And Dean like does this awkward shift and like puts his beer bottle in front of his crotch. Down. Yes. And then puts his beer bottle in front of his crotch. And I've talked about this before, and when we get to that scene, I literally have to screen record it, because despite my best efforts, I think maybe there's one, like, edited trailer of a fake rom-com movie that has it in it. And I've never... I'm sure there's a GIF set of it that I just haven't seen in years.
Like, how would you find that? Dean...
I don't know.
Dean adjusts cock.
It's just, like... It's stuff like that where I'm like, here's the thing. I am almost certain that they did... I think that might be one of the times after Castiel comes back from the dead. I'm almost certain, and the writers will never admit it, but I'm pretty sure that they were not intending to write Dean as bi. I know there's like a lot of stuff where people are like, oh, like this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene. I don't think that as a full writing room, let's say, there might be one or two writers who were intending to imply something. Maybe Jensen was implying something. We can't truly know. I don't think they actually intended, especially because I think if Dean were in love with Castiel, the reaction after Cass died, maybe not in the moment, would have been slightly different, because from what I've been told, Cass is not really mentioned or brought up. He certainly doesn't show up after he dies.
No.
And I think if Dean was in love with him, it would have been different.
Yeah, I think he would have shown up in heaven.
I think that might have been because of COVID, but there would have been more mentions of him. And Dean's
that was the
grieving of
funniest
him
sentence I think I've ever heard.
What?
Yeah, Cass didn't show up in heaven because of COVID.
I think that's what happened. It is a funny sentence, though. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, it's really hard to talk about Destiel because of the shit they pull at the end, because it's still deeply homophobic. Don't get me wrong. But like,
we can talk about it now.
Yeah, it's just hard because I feel like some people might be like, well, it's not queer baiting because he is queer. And it's like, I think it is, because
should we have a Destiel moments section?
Sure.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Well, maybe let's save it for when he's a main character. Fine. I mean, I don't think the show intended it, and I think their decision to actually go through with it did not come until the end, because I think it would have been a different show.
Agreed.
If they had decided even in season 10, because I remember is it season 9? When, whatever season is, when Cass, has to, because I can maybe see them having decided earlier that Cass might be a little in love with Dean, but I don't think it goes both ways. Because there is I feel like there's so many moments where it's like, you're so unsure. Mm-hmm. And I think the only reason now I'm looking back on it, like, maybe they intended is because of the confession. I think if there were no confession, I could still look back at the part where, like, Dean has to kill like 1 million John Winchesters. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wiki as we're talking.
I would kill 1 million John Winchesters.
But you know which one I'm talking about, where Castiel has to kill like 1 million Deans because the angel said he had to. I don't fucking remember the reason. I actually
don't remember that at all.
Oh, okay. I remember it. I don't remember why they were making him do it, but they were making him... There was like a ton of dead Deans around him.
That's awesome.
And I can see why you can argue that, but I do think that at that point that was still queerbaiting. I think it was intentional to keep people invested in the show, because there were a lot of people, and I was one of them, who at the point of season 9 were only watching the show because they wanted to see how things might end with Dean and Cass, even if there was almost no chance.
Wow.
You know, like,
that's beautiful.
It's not a good show. And I think a lot of people were only watching to see if something happened there, because the queer baiting was so strong, there was a chance. And then the chance was, yes, but Dean doesn't reciprocate and Cass immediately dies.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, this doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah.
There are 2 women. One dies, technically, because she's a demon. The demon? She gets exorcised.
What?
And her eyes get burned out. And there's Pamela. And the demon isn't named, so it doesn't pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
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 Help! Castiel, sorry, I just looked over at my Wikipedia tab and noticed that Castiel's listed as an antagonist on this episode. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Crack shipping.
Crack ship. Despite my urge to list Destiel, which would be very funny of me as a goof, I have instead gone with an actual crack ship, which is a crack ship because these characters literally do not interact.
Okay.
Pamela and Ruby.
Hell yeah.
Women.
I just, every day I'm like, man, they fucking hate women.
Can you imagine Pamela and Ruby as a ship? Like, they are both, like, very flirty women. I think that they would die. There would be so much flirting, they would explode.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So.
People are yelling at my dogs, and I don't know what's happening.
They're so silly. Why are you yelling? They're so funny. Today's episode is brought to you by You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC.
Hell yeah. This episode is also brought to you by I'm So Blue by Katie Thompson. I don't even know when that played, but...
That's awesome. My fave wiki today, my fave thing on the wiki is under continuity. It says, Ruby has acquired a new meat suit. I don't know why they said it like that.
Because I think it's because, like, Dean or Sam refer to them as meat suits.
Yeah, but usually it just says vessel. On this wiki page, it says meat suit.
Yeah, I know. But they also linked to the meat suit page.
Yeah!
Which is kind of funny. What's on the meat suit page? Hold on, I'm on it. Oh, it's just Ruby's brunette.
Yeah,
vessel.
it's
That's
not even...
disappointing.
There's no meat... It would be awesome if there was a meat suit
I think
page.
First of all, I think it's so funny that there's a Ruby's brunette vessel page.
Yep.
Second of all, obsessed with the fact that title alias includes Coma Girl and Jane Doe.
This is awesome. It just says unknown.
Anyway, my fave thing on the wiki is under the quotes, and it is where is it? Where did it go? Oh, yeah, it's Dean sees the modification Sam has made to the Impala because Dean gets pissed that Sam added an iPod jack. Which,
is that what he called, like, lame?
Yeah, you were supposed to take care of her, not douche her up.
Douche her up. That was the line. Help.
Sam's gonna install Bluetooth and Dean's gonna kill him.
Literally? Fucking literally.
That's the show I want to see.
Nobody tell Dean about the fucking Bluetooth radio adapters. Nobody tell him. Cool. Want to know my rating?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I do.
So, I checked back. Usually I don't check ratings before I rate, but for this one, I looked back because I was like, man, what did I give? I feel like there was a really high rated one. It was the second season opener. I gave a 9.5, which I feel like might have been too high, but I enjoyed it at the time. So I gave this one, I was going to give this one my gut reaction, which was 8.
Mm-hmm.
However, that is a lame number. So I gave today's episode an 8.88 out of 10 burned out eye sockets. I gave it 888 because it's an angel number and I thought it was funny.
It's an angel number?
Yeah, it's 8 repeating numbers, you know?
Oh.
Angel numbers.
I might have heard that before, but I don't actually know.
So I gave it an 888 because
nice.
I liked it. I had a lot of fun with this episode today. I was a little bit giddy about it. I was like, oh my god, Supernatural, Castiel, this is awesome.
On IMDb, this episode has a 9.4 out of 10. Which is very high. I actually, hold on. Because I don't know how this tracks with, like, the top rated of all time.
Please find out.
Damn, okay. I won't tell you which ones are higher.
Okay.
I'll just tell you where it sits.
Is Swan Song higher?
Yes.
Good.
I mean, obviously. It's number 7.
Whoa!
It's number 7. And of the ones we've seen so far, the only one above it that we've personally watched is Mystery Spot, which does have the exact same rating. It just has slightly fewer rates. So I think that's why it's higher, because statistically it has a higher rating.
Fair.
But it is a 9.4 too. So these are both 9.4s. And I did look into the reviews, and pretty much all of the written reviews are 10s. There is an 8 out of 10, which says it's good. I don't even think that there are no complaints. Just like, this is an 8 for me, which is completely fair.
8! That's what, like, watching it, I was like, it's an 8 for me. Like, mm-hmm. I gave it, I went higher instead of lower because I did really enjoy it. So, like,
mm-hmm.
had I enjoyed it less, I would have gone 7.77 because that's closer to 8, and this one's closer to 9, but it's for the goof, so.
Fair. There's a 9 in here, which has the Bible quote in the title, or at least the Bible citation.
Jesus wept.
No, I don't think it's Jesus wept.
Jesus wept.
I don't think they have anything negative to say. That this is just a 9 for them, which is again a very high rating. And then I will say that there is 1 out of 10.
Please tell.
But this person doesn't like Castiel, so that's
awesome.
Completely makes sense to me that they would rate this a 1, because the title is Introduction of the Character That Ruined SBN.
Whoa!
November 22nd, 2020.
Holy
which is really
shit.
interesting, because that's only about 2 weeks after the episode where Castiel dies.
I wonder if this person's homophobic.
I don't know. When did this show end? What was the end date? Supernatural end date.
Why do I feel like it was the 18th?
It was the 19th. So this was
so
only
close.
3 days after the show officially ended. And this is Mystify, and they say until 5/20, that is. Still, Cass, Misha, and his crazy fans who see him as some kind of overlord pretty much ruined SPN for over a decade. So that is the one-star review that has a rating, and it's purely because I'm sure here's the thing. I know people who don't like Castiel as a character, so I do understand that, but I am not surprised that fans ruined the character even more for people.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Does
anybody remember the Mies Apocalypse?
Yeah, because I participated in it.
Oh my god, I did too. I lost followers.
I don't even remember. I had so few followers that I didn't even look.
It was April Fool's 2012, right?
I think it was 13. Because I don't think I joined Tumblr until
You're so right.
Summer 2012. But yeah, I mean, I completely get it. And I, at times, don't like Castiel. I think that sometimes the show focuses a little bit too much on him and Dean, and they forget that Sam is a main character. Yeah. But, yeah, I can... And also the fans are intense. Or were.
The fans
are.
Say
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Anything
awesome.
else?
No. I've got nothing.
All right.
Wait,
Thank you so much
I lied.
Wait.
Well, no, I can say it after your thing.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to HATRUSA. We are HATRUSA everywhere. You can like, comment, share, subscribe, rate us, and leave a review. Those help us out a lot. And you can tell people we love being white noise. And now that we've, hit things people care about, maybe people will actually, do you know someone who wants to hear about Castiel but doesn't want to watch the show? We can tell you so many things about Castiel, and you don't have to watch the show.
So much all the time. Mm-hmm. And eventually we can tell you about his family.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, that's all I've got.
We'll be having a meet and greet in Salem, Massachusetts next Thursday.
Anyway.
The silence from your end was fucking awesome. I think you did. Wait, you gotta leave that in.
Got it.
That was awesome. I'm kidding, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I just want to let the people know that I am currently in talks with a stranger on the internet to get a new microphone that actually functions. So it took me this long, but
3 years.
Hopefully I will have a better microphone in the next episode. If I don't,
fingers crossed.
Well, sorry.
You did your best.
I simply cannot justify spending over $100 on a microphone right now.
That's completely valid.
But
I don't think I would now either, but I have one, so I'm good.
I can justify spending under $60 on Facebook Marketplace. So, hey Taya.
Hey Haley.
How much do you love Ghost Children?
Not as much as you.
I knew that would be your response. I'm so glad you responded the way I wanted you to. This was not planned. Well, we get to see more Ghost Children in next week's episode.
Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.